It ends Liverpool 2, Fulham 1 after the first leg of the Carabao Cup. And yet again, Liverpool find a way to come back to win the game. This Liverpool side, it is so irritating as a rival. They go 1-0 down. Get it in, yeah. But I can't celebrate when Liverpool go 1-0 anymore because I just know they're just going to win the game 2-1 or 4-3. They always come back. Massive credit to Klopp. Nunez and Gakpo changed the game. I mean, we saw him moving Nunez out wide in the second half versus Arsenal, and Liverpool started to beat the Arsenal press, and that changed the game from the versus Arsenal. Jota's come on and made big differences in games. How many times has Klopp made a couple smart substitutions, and then the game has just gone Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool? I think in the last 30 minutes of games, Liverpool have been the most impressive side, and it's so annoying as a rival because you can't rule this team out. They are literally the comeback kings. They always find a way to win. They know how to win. And that is why I'm scared that they're going to win the league this season, because they were missing big names, massive names. Salah, Szoboszlai, Endo. Lots of big names have been gone recently, but they're still winning. Trent was out today, but Conor Bradley was very impressive. Conor Bradley was impressive. Nunez was impressive. Curtis Jones were impressive. They were the three standouts for me. I thought Jota had a good game. Back was solid as always. Konate, ever solid as well. Gravenberch was disappointing, and I think it was right that he got subbed off. Diaz wasn't at his best, but I think for the most part, Liverpool did what they did to get the win, and they were very good in the end. And we're going to talk about Conor Bradley because, wow, he has some big shoes to fill. Trent is out. I've heard a lot of hype around Conor Bradley, and I thought, well, he's looked all right in those little cameos here and there, but I thought, you're filling Trent Alexander-Arnold's shoe. And look, I'll be honest, I missed the first 20 minutes of the game because I have football training. I missed the first 20, 25 minutes. So I don't know what he was like then. But he seemed to really go into the game, particularly that second half. He looked absolutely solid. And you just got to think, to be thrown in a Carabao Cup semi-final and doing the position of arguably the best right-back in the world, and on the ball maybe the best right-back there's been in terms of on-the-ball ability and technical ability. He's a very, very well. He's very impressive for me. I thought he was electric. I thought the way he runs, and it sounds like a silly thing to say, but the way he runs, when a footballer has that run and the way they move with the ball, but you're like, yeah, nah, you got it. You got it. Like, it sounds like it's such a silly thing to say, but can't explain it, but he had it. But I thought he was really good today. I wrote some notes on him. I said his combination play was good. I thought that he was full of energy. I think, obviously, final ball, if it needs maybe to improve if you want to fill Trent's shoes. But, Trent is the best crossing right back in the world. It's something that can easily be developed. Defensively, looked absolutely sound. Looked very good in terms of combination play, link up as well. Looked very, very fluid on the ball. That's probably the best way to describe him as well. And I think in a big game, he put in you can argue man of the match performance. He's definitely top 3 for man of the match. You could argue it between him, Curtis Jones, for man of the match. I think looking at the shoes he had to fill in his age, you'd probably give it to Conor Bradley for man of the match. Absolutely brilliant. And he's got a big future ahead. And I thought that he was very impressive. And if he grows and develops as he should, maybe Liverpool will save money, because I think with Trent out, Robertson, Simicast, all these injuries, I said Liverpool need to invest in the fullback. And considering the title race, and they're relying on Konsa and Bradley, who, to be fair to them, have been absolutely brilliant. I think Konsa's really looking like a Van Dijk 2.0 and all of that. But I think maybe Liverpool will want to just invest in that extra player for depth, because, this is Manchester City you're competing with, and there's a lot of trust to go in the young players who have been performing massively. And fair play to them. Fair play to Klopp. He played them in Arsenal game as well, and they got a big win. Obviously, Konsa didn't play today. It was Van Dijk. But, the young players have been very, very good. I have to say, shout out to Joe Gomez. He's almost looking better at left back, not his natural position, but played very, very well. But the guy I want to talk about is actually Curtis Jones. I've got a few statistics up on my screen that I want to share about Curtis Jones. I spoke about his retention and what he adds, and I did a video a couple of weeks ago saying that actually, Curtis Jones, he's really showing. I think since the England Euros, he's been very, very good. But as you can see here, Curtis Jones completed 42 out of 43 passes against Fulham, recording a passing accuracy of 98%. He also scored his 4th goal in his last 2 starts. Curtis Jones is becoming one of the first names on the team sheet for Liverpool, which sounds crazy because he's a player that gets a lot of stick, and a lot of fans didn't like him and some weren't keen. But he's a young lad, and he's really growing into that player that sort of was hyped out to be, because what he has that's particularly special is his ball retention is ranked first in the Premier League. He's the best Premier League player in terms of ball retention, and what that means is his ability to keep the ball, his ability to play 47 out of 48 passes, and they're not just sideways, backwards passes, they're forward passes as well. And to control games, you need to keep the ball. And if you control games, you naturally create more chances and you score more goals. And I've been saying this for a while. Manchester United will be playing crap and then we'll change our attackers, but Ten Hag won't change the midfield. And you've got McTominay as this ghost running in no man's land. I've been saying, well, maybe you took McTominay off and put on Ericsson or brought on Amrabat, who can just be a bit better in possession and retain the ball. Maybe we'll get the ball to the attacker more and we'll create more chances. But Ten Hag doesn't do that. And people underestimate the importance of ball retention, which is what Curtis Jones brings better than anyone else. If you on the field can keep the ball well in high areas, naturally as a team, you're going to be in more control. And if you're in more control, you're going to create more chances. You're going to be more comfortable on the ball, but also you're not going to concede as many silly chances. And that is what Curtis Jones brings. Retention, he is statistically the best in the Premier League. Every time he passes the ball, boom, boom, boom. Created a chance, got another goal today. Very good goal. I think it was a bit lucky with the deflection, but fair play to him. And attempted 4 dribbles as well. And Sky Sports actually put some statistics up. And this is why he got man of the match, because not only that, he won possession 6 times and had the most shots, the most dribbles. Defensively, he's also proved he's very, very solid. He's very good at winning the ball back, doing a job. And I think these last few games, Curtis Jones has arguably been Liverpool's best player. He stepped up to the occasion and he really helps them in their game plan. I think he really helps them in terms of moving the ball forward as well. And I think that he did a very good job. And as you can see here, 74 touches, very much involved in today's game. Yes, it's a Carabao Cup game and you can say that, but it's against a good Fulham side. It's in a semi-final. It's a very difficult game. And when Liverpool are 1-0 down, it's very easy to panic in that situation. I mean, a lot of clubs do it. Man United have done it. Arsenal have done it. They panic when they're 1-0 down. They start going long. They start trying to play around with the ball, mess around with the ball. And Curtis Jones is just like, I got this. And to be fair, it's not just Curtis Jones. It's Liverpool. They have this way where they know how to win. Klopp has got this team that knows how to win, that knows to fight how to win. A bit like Fergie did with Man United back in the day. Klopp is probably the closest you're going to get to Fergie in terms of his ability to rebuild teams. We're seeing it here, incorporate youth. We're seeing it here, and his ability to find ways to win games from going behind. And I think Curtis Jones is a big part of that today. I think obviously we're going to talk about Nunez. We're going to talk about Gakpo and the impact they made, because Curtis Jones, he's a guy that can keep the ball, so you don't start doing silly things because you're 1-0 down and knocking the ball away. But I do want to talk about Darwin Nunez. I think he had a very good game today. Obviously, he didn't put the ball in the back of the net. I was meant to get Conor Bradley's game numbers up here. This is Conor Bradley's game numbers. He had a very, very good game. 6 tackles won, 9 ground duels won. For a guy that's been thrown in the deep end here, 2 key passes. Very, very impressive performance. Very, very impressive performance from Conor Bradley. And there he impressed me. But I wanted to talk about Darwin Nunez because Darwin Nunez was game changer today. Gakpo was as well, to be fair to him. And I think with Salah gone, I think Gakpo right, Jota in the middle, Darwin Nunez in the left might be the way for Liverpool to go. Because like I've always said, I don't think Darwin Nunez is a bad player. He just needs to score. He just needs to be more clinical. You look at his numbers, he gets good numbers. Someone put somewhere that he's got like 10 assists this season and 8 goals, which is 18 goal contributions. Yes, they've been in the Europa League and it's a lot of them cup games, but you don't get 18 goal contributions to be a bad player. Darwin Nunez knows how to get into the right areas. Darwin Nunez does a lot off the ball. The thing with Darwin Nunez is he's a good player, but he doesn't score. Today, he probably was very unlucky not to score. It was a phenomenal save. Absolutely phenomenal save. But Darwin Nunez showing today that he's a good player. He's been impressive when he comes off the bench, but he's a frustrating player. You think if this guy just had those finishing boots, had that Harry Kane finishing boot, he could be elite. And the thing is, if Darwin Nunez clicks and all of a sudden he starts converting his chances, Liverpool win the league. They might win the league anyways, between them and City, and potentially Arsenal could dive up there. But I'm saying, like, if Jota stays fit, or if Darwin Nunez finds his firing boots, and if they don't have injury issues, they'll win the league. I do think City are going to go on a run with Kevin De Bruyne, and if Liverpool want to go on a run, they need to take the chances. Obviously, it was just a brilliant save. I don't think you can blame Darwin Nunez for not scoring today, but he comes on, he gets 2 assists, very, very good cameo, and him and Gakpo made the difference. And yet again, Klopp subs winning games. Darwin Nunez looked very, very good in his last few games. Very, very good. Getting the assist, looking particularly good out wide. And I think Gakpo looks better out wide because he gets the ball well. I thought Jota was very electric as well. And I thought that, the ball by Nunez to assist Cody Gakpo was a very, very good goal. Ball. I thought that Darwin Nunez was very good today, very impactful. And he's just, I think if he was a Man United player, he'd be frustrating, but he'd be a player that I would back. That's how I explain it. And I understand why Liverpool players back this guy. I understand the frustration. You're a striker. You need to be scoring. You're a Liverpool. You're in a tight winning side. You need to be scoring. You need to be getting the numbers. But then I also watch him and I use my eyes and I go, well, he's just raw. I think he's raw. Next season, if he doesn't step up, they'll have to bring in a striker because you've got to be able to get 20 goals because look at Erling Haaland's numbers. But he's definitely got it, and I think he needs to start. I think he seems very impactful off the bench, but I think he needs to start. And I think the dynamic worked quite well today. So I will give Darwin Nunez credit. Had a very good game today. Changed the game. I thought Jota had a good game. Gakpo had a good game. Jones had a good game. Bradley had a very good game as well. Defensively, Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Konate solid. Kelleher decent as well. Gravenberch was a bit disappointing. Diaz wasn't as good as the other attackers. I'd say that was probably the thing. I don't really know what Diaz's role was in the second half. I was trying to figure that out. So do let me know if you figured that out. But yeah, let me know your man of the match. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Bye.